Good morning and welcome you all to today's Sunday service, where we have a guest speaker who is well known to all of you, Professor Bakshi. Dr. Bakshi was born in India and he received his MSc degree from Banaras Hindu University in 1948 in physical chemistry. From 1948 to 1953, Dr. Bakshi was a lecturer and researcher in the National Physical Laboratory of India. In 1953, he joined the graduate program of Virginia Polytechnic Institute in Blacksburg, Virginia, USA. He received his PhD in chemical engineering in 1956. From 1956 to 63, he served as process and development and senior engineer at Hydrocarbon Research Incorporated of New York, Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and British Oxygen Limited of London, England. In 1963, Dr. Bakshi joined the University of Saskatchewan, and since 1974, he was a professor until recently he retired completely. And Dr. Bakshi has built an international reputation as an expert in the application of catalysts to the development of renewable energy from biomass and to conversion of waste to high-value chemicals and fuels. He has published over 180 research papers and reports. During some 4 decades at the University of Saskatchewan, he has made important, useful, and sustained contributions to the field of catalytic reaction engineering on system of practical and industrial interest. Dr. Bakshi has lectured in Canada, United States, Switzerland, Japan, India, and United Kingdom. He has served as a member and chair of many national and international meetings and symposia. He has supervised about 60 students for MSc, PhD, and postdoctoral research. His advice and consultation have been sought by the industrial community, other members of the research community, and many organizations. His work was recognized by his profession and the wider academic community in a Best Paper Award in 1990 and as a Fellow of the Chemical Institute of Canada. Dr. Bakshi, by his profession, is a scientist, but by his nature, he is spiritual. So there you find combination of spirituality and religion. He got training in his academic world from many teachers. For his training in spirituality, he started with Swami Vivekananda. He shares pre-monastic name of Swami Vivekananda as Narendranath. And with that inspiration from Swami Vivekananda, he got his guru, he got his advisors, he got his books, and his core is spiritual, external is science, and his heart is universal. We're very glad to have Narendranath Bakshi, whose talks in Gita was very much liked by the audience here. He regularly, weekly gives a talk at his home, where he has a new home now in Toronto. He has shifted from Saskatchewan to Toronto, and he's with his daughter, living with his daughter, and regularly he gives weekly Gita classes there. And I won't take much time, and I will invite Dr. Bakshi to give us a talk on the ideal man according to the Gita, others. So by knowing what is the ideal man, what Krishna says is the ideal man, we will try to imitate and emulate that to become an ideal man. As Swamiji said, Buddha was the ideal man. So Krishna comes and saying, who is an ideal man? So I invite and welcome Dr. Narendranath Bakshi.
Thank you, Swamiji. The My talk today is a little bit of story behind that. As Swamiji has mentioned, I was very much not only interested but impressed by Swami Vivekananda's writing. Of course, I didn't understand very much what he wrote. Initially, when you read these things, it's Vedanta philosophy. For us Hindus, it's good, it's very nice to know something about that. But I read some of his lectures on practical Vedanta. And I really thought, is Vedanta a high sublime philosophy? What is so practical about it? When I read the lectures, that was almost 30, 40 years ago, didn't understand very much. Then I came in contact with Swami Ranganathananda and talked with him, and he asked me to read one of his books, Eternal Values for a Changing Society. When I read that book, things slowly started making sense. And then since that time, I've been looking into Gita, studying it, reading it, trying to make some sense out of it. And this is what I'm going to be talking about one particular show. This verse is from 3rd chapter, and verse number is 21. And I'll cite it a little later on. When I read that verse, things just started exploding in my mind. What exactly is he trying to say? And what its implications are. So the whole talk is my interpretation of that particular one verse and my understanding. The talk, as the title is Importance of an Ideal Personality. Even there, I had a bit of a problem. When you say ideal personality, what do you mean by that? So let's start, play around with it a little bit initially, and then we'll get into the talk. In our day-to-day life, it is important for us, especially for the children and young people, to have a superior type of personality to serve as a role model. That's one explanation. Something which is far superior than myself and that acts as sort of role model for me. Whose behavior and actions in life set an example. For us, such a personality provides tremendous inspiration towards our advancement in life. And it cannot be underestimated. Whether we realize it or not, but that germ of an idea, that thought, when the time comes, it really uplifts you and changes your life. In case of, to get the ball rolling, that's why our scriptures tell us, in the Upanishads, these verses, I think most of you must have read and are familiar with. In the case of children, for example, it starts right from the very tender age. Initially, the role models are our parents, and the children learn from them what is right, what is wrong, and the overall behavior. Parents are the first teachers, and therefore have a tremendous responsibility. That is why the Hindu scriptures tell us, Matra Devo Bhava, consider your mother as God. Pitra Devo Bhava, consider your father as God. Acharya Devo Bhava, consider your teacher as God. And Atithi Devo Bhava, consider your uninvited guest. Not that the invited guest is not good, but Atithi comes without an invitation as God appears on your door. Thus it is important that the elders, leaders of society, and others in position of authority set an example in their behavior. Leading by setting example is the best way to guide the young as well as the others. That is the nature of the human society. Actions always speak louder than words. We had a beautiful bhajan from Mahatma Gandhi, Vaishnav Janto Jene Ke Liye. So, for example, we all know that Mahatma Gandhi was a practitioner of truthful, universal love and non-violence. He served as a superior personality, we can call that. See, I'm not calling an ideal personality here. A superior personality or a superior role model for a vast number of people, both in India and abroad, and for both young and old. I'm sure Dr. Martin Luther King of the U.S. Nelson Mandela in South Africa are some of the examples who were inspired by Gandhi. And they in turn have inspired many others. His actions in life and the life lived provided a tremendous inspiration for others to follow. Such personalities provide a bright guiding light for the masses in general and are of great benefit to society at large. So now comes this verse from the Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, such a person has been called a Shrestha person, a superior person, as it has been translated. A Shrestha person, a superior person. Bhagavan Krishna tells us in the third chapter, this is verse 21, Yad yad acharti Shrestha tad tad evatro jana sa yad pramanam kurute lokas tad anvartate. It simply means whatever the superior person does, that is followed by the others. What standard he or she demonstrates by action, people follow that. The strength or the power or the beauty of the Sanskrit language is really great. I don't know any Sanskrit at all. I just picked it up by reading a few things. But what I seem to understand is that every Sanskrit word has a story behind it. And until unless one does not know how the word originates, it is really not easy to understand exactly what it means. It took me some time to find out that. And this particular verse appears in the Vishnu Sahasranama, number 68. And the translation of that, the word Shrestha, Vishnu is called Shrestha. And there the translation given is one deserving the highest praise. So that is one side or one aspect of the Shrestha person. But of course the other person is anybody who is superior in whatever one does certainly can be called a Shrestha person as well. So I won't be translating the word Shrestha at all. Consider that it means a superior person who has done something great in one's own life. And I'll be simply using the word Shrestha at all, only by itself. So the shloka simply means, as I said, what this superior person, this Shrestha person does, that is followed by the others. What standards he or she demonstrates by action, people follow that. Now the question arises, what does one mean by a Shrestha or a superior personality? Does it mean a person who has achieved such a status of greatness in the arts, sciences, music, drama, education, sports, politics, and other professions, etc., or something else? The way I think, at least I would like to look at it, is the answer is both yes and no. For some, the answer may be yes. Outstanding achievements in any field are praiseworthy. And for some, such outstanding individuals may serve as a Shrestha personality. We have all seen that in many of these areas, people who are done extremely well have feet of clay. So, depending upon how one thinks, that is what the situation is. However, in Hinduism, the emphasis on the Shrestha personality is different. That is why one of Vishnu's name is Shrestha. Perhaps this was the question which was in Adi Kavi Valmiki's mind, the author of the first Ramayana and a contemporary of Sri Ramchandra, when he asked Sage Narada a similar type of question before starting the Ramayana. And what I'm going to do is try to read a few verses from the Valmiki Ramayana, where Sage Valmiki is asking Narada, tell me this. Ko navasmin sampraptam loke gunavan kashcha viryavan dharmakashcha kritagashcha satyavakyo dhruvrata. At this time in the world, who is virtuous, gunavan, powerful and strong, viryavan, dharmakasht, who is knower of dharma, kritakasht, shows gratefulness, satyavakya, always speaks the truth, dhruvrata, who is of firm resolutions. Charitren cha ko yukta, sarvabhuteshu kohita, vidvan ka smartashta, kast ek pridarshana. Who is the person who is charitren, that means a virtuous character, disciplined life, wishes for the welfare of all, sarvabhuteshu kohita, who wishes for the welfare of all beings, vidvan ka, who is full of knowledge and wisdom. The word vidvan itself needs translation, but we won't worry about that for the time being. It means a person who is knowledgeable as well as wise. Smartascha, and that also is very powerful. Smart, who has the power to do anything. Everything is possible for him. And in addition to that, Kastyaka Priyadarshana, the most handsome man. See where Valmiki is leading. Atman ko jit krodho, Dutiman ko ansuyakta, Kasya vipyati devascha, jataroshasya sanyave. Who has full control of his mind? Atman ko, who has full control of his mind? Jit krodho, ko jit krodho, who has conquered anger? Dutiman ko, who has a lustrous and shining face? Ko ansuyakta, who does not speak ill of others and who is not jealous. Kastvibhiti devascha jataroshasya sanyave. And who, when gets angry, even the gods become scared of him and they are afraid of him. And then he says, Etat ichchami aham shotam, param kautulam ime, mehabshe tam smarsoasi yasmaya vidhe nara. O Maharishi, I'm eager to hear from you, as I know you are capable of knowing such a man. And then now that applies. I'll just read one verse because in the Ramayana itself there are about 10 or 12 verses responding to all these questions. And Naradaji says, Ikshvaku vansh prabho Ramo nama janashta Nit Atma Mahavirya Dhutiman Vashi. In the Ikshvaku clan, Rama was born in Ikshvaku clan. There is such a man who is known by the name of Rama. He has control over his mind, very strong and powerful, strong lustrous face, firmness, reasonable, and with complete control over his senses. So, this is the dialogue between Valmiki asking Narada and Narada replying. So now, as I said, quite a few other verses are there, but we'll leave it. Actually, all the answers he says, all the characteristics, all the qualities which you have asked, they are all in this individual called Rama, who was born in Ikshvaku clan. So the personal qualities which Sage Valmiki has talked about in these verses represents the qualities expected in a Shrestha, in the proper verse, or supreme ideal person. These qualities essentially indicate, they can condense in these 2 or 3 sentences. These qualities essentially indicate firmness in resolutions. That is number 1. Firmness of resolutions, sthir nischay, an active life of selfless action, karmanatha, and possession of high moral and ethical character. Such a person also works constantly towards the welfare of the masses. In addition, it shows there's a very interesting characteristic. A Remember where he says that when Rama is angry, even the devatas, the gods, are afraid. So there are two opposite characteristics, strength and power and humility. Usually, if you have strength and power, you make use of it for your own purposes or whatever. But here, there's a full control of that strength and power, used in the service of mankind. And if you read Ramayana, this is exactly, there are many examples where this characteristics of Sri Rama comes out. And of course, we should remember that Sri Ramchandra is considered to be he's considered the best example of all these characteristics, and he was an incarnation of Brahma, incarnation of God. Why is he called a Shresh person? Why this slight difference? Because usually when you say Shresh person, a superior person, you can go to any profession, a good wrestler, for example, is a very powerful person, a great politician, a great actor, or a great whatever it is. But why this particular emphasis on the word Shresh? And the reason for that is very simple. The goal of life in Hinduism is to realize oneself. What is my divine nature? Thus, a role model is needed who is perfection incarnate, or an ideal personality, and hence a very special avatara. A special avatar who came to show how dharma is practiced in day-to-day living. You'll see all the other avatars there, that characteristics is missing to a certain extent. Well, in Hindi se golmaal ho jata hai. So that is why Sri Rama has been, there are two adjectives for Sri Rama, which you'll find only for him. One is Ramo Vigraman Dharma. Rama is an embodiment of Dharma, and Maryada Purushottam Brahma, that he always stays within the bounds of Dharma. And the importance of this particular characteristics, following Dharma, practicing Dharma in life, comes out again in one of the very well-known verses. Sarva agamanam achara prasmam parikalpate achara prabhu dharma dharmasya prabhu achyuta. All scriptures consider achara, which is the right conduct. We are not talking about the right conduct, but the practice of the right conduct as the foremost requisite. Dharma is based on right conduct. And where does this right conduct originate from? From the Achyuta. And Achyuta means God Himself. So, the two things tell you quite nicely over here. Rama came to show us what Dharma is in practice of day-to-day life. Some of the other examples of the Shresh persons are, and here's a combination of both the avatars I'm talking about, as well as the other famous personalities. Krishna, Buddha, Hanuman, Guru Gobind Singh, and other gurus. Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Gandhi, Swami Channananda, and many, many others with similar achievements and accomplishments. You can take your pick, whosoever, as I say, you like or enjoy and understand, take your pick. Essentially, there is one common thread which is common to all of these personalities. Not only each one of them was highly evolved spiritually, and of course, as some of them are the avatars, but all also worked tirelessly for the welfare and the upliftment of masses as well. So these two characteristics, tremendous spiritual advancement, as well as working for the upliftment, welfare of the masses. Thus, a Shrestha personality provides us with a powerful driving force for the individual upliftment and also inspires us to rise to the same giddy heights as they had achieved. Their lives and teachings have the power to transform our personalities. And if an avatara is taken as an example of the role model, in that case, the goal becomes nothing short of man rising to the heights to become God himself or herself. Aham Brahmasmi. That is the realization of great Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma. And that is one of the reasons that God comes down to the earth, as it were, so that man can rise up to the level of God. So from now on, when I say Shrestha person, that simply means the goal is the realization of that I want to uplift myself to that most high level. So the question then arises, how does one become a Shrestha person? Because being an engineer, you're always looking how do you do things. It is very easy to talk about all of these things, but how do you get there? How does one become a Shrestha person? And the most famous verse about Sri Rama is that he is the embodiment of Dharma. He followed Dharma in his life. Let me try to follow Dharma in my life as well. So, and it is not simply an ideal curiosity to follow Dharma. It has its advantages. It doesn't mean that one should go and end up in forest or something like that, or leave everything and then focus 100% of one's time doing it. Our scriptures tell us, don't worry about that. You start wherever you are, practicing Dharma. To the same as much extent as you can do, practice. And there's a very powerful verse again on that, and we should all remember that. Sukhasya moolam dharma. All of us want sukha, happiness, joy. And the scriptures tell us the foundation of happiness is dharma. Practice dharma, you'll be happy. Now, if this practice is continued, practice of dharma that is, then ultimately one gets the realization of self, or the goal as we said, I become divine. All of you, I'm sure, have heard of Vyasa, Maharishi Vyasa, wrote the Mahabharata, Gita is in the Mahabharata, and many other scriptures and Puranas. And actually, he has been called the Ansha Avatar of the God. Our scriptures tell us about Vyasa. Chaturvadano Brahma, Dvi Bahar Aparohari, Abhal Losana Shambhur, Bhagwan Badarayana. Bhagwan Badarayana is Vyasa. He is Brahma without the four faces. Usually Brahma is considered of four faces. And Hari, the Lord, has 4 arms. So he is 2 arms. And Abhal Losana Shambhur, Shiva has 3 eyes, one in the middle. He says, Abhal Losana, there is no eye for Vyasa. So in other words, God incarnate part of that. And at the end of Mahabharata, he has done everything. Gita has been given out. What does he say? The last shloka. He says, and no uncertain terms. In India, at least, the practice is, if you really want to confirm anything, you raise your hands. That means I'm 100% confirming. And that's what Vyasa is saying, with raised hands. If one follows dharma, one not only achieves moksha, which is the self-realization, without any doubt, but one also achieves success in artha and kama, which means fulfillment, all the economic, financial desires, and all the other desires as well. There's a last part of that up top. at the end of Michael. So the question then arises, what is dharma? There are many ways to define dharma, but I have found this particular verse which condenses everything. And it's a very famous verse. Dharma has 10 characteristics. Driti, Shma, Dhamma, Astayam, Shauch, Indriya, Nigraha, Dhi, Vidya, Satya, Akrodha, Dashkam, Dharma, Lakshana. Driti is firmness of resolutions. See, those are the same kind of qualities which were asked by Valmiki from Narada. Firmness of resolutions, compassion and forgiveness, control of mind, control of senses, non-stealing, purity of body and mind, pure buddhi, pure intellect, which incorporates the power of discrimination, that is viveka, and non-attachment, which is vairagya. They are included when you say pure buddhi. Education, this is vidya. I say vidyavan. Always remember Hanuman, that he was the vidyavan. Knowledge of the objective world as well as the knowledge of the spiritual world. The truthfulness and absence of anger. These are the 10 characteristics of dharma. We can't even follow one of these values. Forget about the 10 values. This is a very tall order. But in my mind, the easiest method is the practice of yoga of buddhi. And this is given in the 2nd chapter, verse 39. Essentially, what this yoga of buddhi yoga is, can be described. Essentially, it is the development of pure intellect, as we defined earlier, or sattvika buddhi, through sincere and devoted spiritual practice. As one does that, that is why we have to start wherever we are. As one practices this spiritual practice, slowly and gradually, the evolution of the mind takes place, and all these qualities start showing themselves in the character of the individual. Now, here again, Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells us, comes to our help, how this yoga is accomplished. He says in the Gita, these are the 2 verses from 10th chapter, verse 10 and 11. Tesham satajiktanam vaistam priti purvakam vedami buddhi yogam tam yenamam jnanate. To the ever steadfast, worshipping me with love. All you need is be steadfast in the practice, worshipping me with love. I give the buddhi yoga by which he comes to me. How? He gives the process. Why does that happen, he says? Next verse, which is 11. Tesham ev anukampartham aham ajnanam samah nashyami atmabhavastu jnanadipin bhasvata. When the person does this satajuktanam vaistam priti purvakam, remembrance with love, out of mere compassion for them, I, not from outside, dwelling within their hearts, destroy the darkness of ignorance by the luminous lamp of wisdom. So it doesn't come from outside, it comes from inside. Effort has to be made. That is the key. Here, the key phrase is Tesham Satat Viktanam Vaislam Priti Guru. To the ever steadfast, worshipping me with love. It means continuous remembrance of God, God's name with love. Another Sanskrit verse says it, reminds us of that. Sarvada, sarvakaleshu, always, everywhere, at all times, remember Hari. If I remember correctly, I think especially in Bengal and Orissa, Haribol is a very powerful word. People say Haribol. And as a matter of fact, the Bible says exactly the same thing too. Thou shalt love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. So that is Satyajuktanam Bhaitam Priti. Remember Mirabai? One of us bhajan says, Mere to Girdhar Gopal Dusra na koi. The only person in my heart and mind is Girdhar Gopal, none else. And one of the other bhajans, she says, Prem Gali Ati Sankri Isma Samayando. Prem Gali means the street of love is very narrow. Only one can enter into it. And of course, that one is. So, when we make this effort, the Lord's compassion and grace for the devotee overrides the human. See the power and the beauty. The Lord Himself, out of compassion, destroys the darkness of ignorance and enlightens the devotee. And of course, the devotee already had become a noble person. Mind, as one starts our journey, practice of dharma, one has started becoming a Shresha person. Because the character changes, the work habits, everything changes, and the individual does become a Shresha person. But the ultimate has not happened yet. The ultimate happens when the self-realization comes. I mean, that's why you look at so many saints. Some of them may not have achieved that ultimate realization, but how much we reveal? These people we follow. The culmination of this process takes place when the Lord's compassion makes it possible for the devotee to become a jnani or a knower of Brahman. The journey is now complete. So what I have been talking about, what I have been saying, those too many words, so I try to condense in a few lines. The role of a positive role model or a superior personality is very important, as it provides us with inspiration as well as a driving force to better ourselves. Bhagavad Gita has taken this concept much higher and called it a Shrestha personality, an ideal personality, a very superior personality. And Sri Rama stands as the best example of such an ideal personality, as he lived the life completely according to dharma. That is why he has been called embodiment of dharma and Maryada Purushottam. And what is the key to this dharmic life? Through practice is through practice of the yoga. If one practices the yoga of buddhi, then you become or start becoming a superior person. And how can you practice this yoga of buddhi? Simply by constantly remembering the name of God. Can anything be simpler than that? See, my engineer is telling me, simplify things. Just remembering and everything taken care of it. Just imagine if we try to live a life of dharma, righteousness, how much it will benefit the individual, the society, and so on and so forth. So, the following verse, which is very well, I'm not sure most of you have heard these 3 or 4 verses, summarizes the whole thing. It says, if there is righteousness in the heart, that means if you practice dharma, our conduct is right, no doubt, conduct, we have to put it in practice. So, if there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. And if there is beauty in character, there will be harmony in home. And if there is harmony in home, there will be order in nation. And when there is order in nation, there will be peace in the world. Thank you very much.